Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today topic is sugar. Is it sugar is good for your body or is it poison for your body? Yes, based on my understanding, it's sugar is you really need to think twice before you take into your body or before you give it to your kids. Yeah, it's normally based on my research, it's worse than alcohol. It's a very bad impact on your body than alcohol. One day I had a conversation with one of our parents, and she was saying that, oh, is this really sugar is poison or is it? It's not, yeah. And I was like, yes, but if it is not poison, yeah, how come the diabetics or the patient who is suffering from diabetics, uh, ha, they had they have to remove their fingers or legs uh, if they have more sugar in your bloodstream, yeah, because if you have sugar in your bloodstream, your system's not working properly. It's toxicating your systems, and it doesn't allow you to uh, amplify your immune system, or it doesn't allow you to recover yourself uh, till you get removed that particular limb, yeah. And also, if you are a patient, if you are suffering from diabetics, you can't do a lot of things, like even that is impacting your removal of teeth, yeah. It's impacting all those sort of like medications, and it's impacting even COVID if you are suffering from diabetics, yeah. If you can correct me if I'm wrong, but based on my opinion, the sugar makes your body toxic and poison. Then if you can separate diabetic patient from another person who doesn't have not suffering from diabetics, there's a mechanism. It's like a uh, the like a protective mechanism, I would say. It's a backup mechanism where if you eat this poison, then they will try to quarantine, or they will try to isolate those molecules somehow in your body. That is called like we what we do is like we will uh, release when you have sugar. It's then what happens, that will release insulin into the pancreas. Then that molecules, sugar molecules, or whatever the sugar content will push into your cells. Yeah, that's one day the cells is gonna say, oh my god, I can't take it, I'm not gonna take this much anymore. Then we call it insulin resistance, yeah. Then and again, the second method is like sometimes your pancreas is gonna die because pancreas can't generate more insulin because it's too much, yeah. You had like practice having a lot of sugar every day for last 30-40 years. Pancreas can't handle it. Then what happens, it's going to be again diabetics, type of diabetics. Either pancreas gonna can't produce insulin, or even if your pancreas can produce insulin, your cells doesn't want to take it, you know. Those are the two types of diabetics. And if you think about that, if you don't have that backup protective mechanism, you will face into so many different bad things, like you have to get rid of your limbs, amputate your the fingers, like that much effect it's coming from sugar. If you one day, once you lose that protective mechanism, protective backup mechanism, I think this one designed in case of sort of like accidentally, if you take sugar, pancreas will release the insulin and push those sugar molecules into cells. Mostly it's going to be like toxic or fat cells. Yeah. Yeah, by considering that, keep it in your mind like, this is not a food that you should consume. But practicality, even if you that's like, even if you eat veggies, it's gonna take some sugar, that's a different story. But practicality, try to avoid sugar as much as possible. Yeah, that's my advice. Especially don't bring it to your house. Yeah. And also, don't give it to your kids. Sugar, don't buy the sugar processed food from supermarkets and take it to your home and keep it as a snacks. Keep something else as a snack, something good. Yeah. And also, if you think, okay, after 30 years or 40 years, it's going to impact our system, because our systems are really amazingly designed where it can tolerate up to 30 40s any disease. Most of the disease, cancer, diabetics, blood pressure, um, Alzheimer disease, all these diseases can tolerate up to 30 to 40 years. As you know that dementia, Alzheimer is happening around like age of 30. That is the starting point. Then they won't be able to, they'll be suffering dementia really after 60. Yeah, because your body can tolerate, it has a sort of like an amazing capacity to tolerate, but one day it's gonna give up. Yeah. And also that's the same thing for sugar as well. What my concern, okay, then you can say, okay, it's gonna tolerate up to 30 years, then we can let kids have sugar. Okay, that's a good one. But again, what happens when you give a kid sugar? Then insulin spike and it will try to push all these bad molecules, toxic molecules into cells. Then that energy is coming from the growth, you know uh, that energy is supposed to do growth of your kid. Instead of that, if you are pumping sugar every 2 hours, he's not gonna grow, like, that's because there's like a bio um, chemistry is gonna change because of insulin's gonna change, and things are happening. Yeah, then you are sacrificing your kids growth by pumping sugar into their mouth. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I think yeah, you can comment on this video and even enlighten me about more about this sugar and toxic poison thing. Yeah, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't be avoid completely, but I'm saying don't bring it to your house. If your kids or yourself will go to somewhere else and there's a party, and if it's especially kids, they want to have to eat some cakes and all, that's fine completely. But don't bring sugar products into your house. That will help your kids grow your growth. Also, never give them before school sugar before they are going to school, because what happens, that will spikes ups and downs in your brain. He won't be able to focus. Okay guys, that's what I learned for last 10 to 20 years about sugar. Then time to time, that's what I thought of like sharing. If you don't know, if you give sugar, you're gonna like your kids growth process gonna sacrifice. Also his focus abilities and the brain functions not gonna go well. If you are consuming sugar, please stop, because your body won't be able to survive for like after 40 years or something like that. It won't be able to survive. It did the best, then it's gonna teach us the hard way. You have to get rid of sugar, everything, every sugar product from your house, because you are pre-diabetic. Yeah, that's a patient, you are suffering from diabetes. Yeah, I think this helps. Yeah, just at least know this is a poison, and try to avoid as much as possible. And yeah, that's my thoughts. If you have any other thought, share with me. Would like to see. I definitely read the comments on the videos. Yeah, let's do this, guys. Cheers.